Hello everyone, and today I'm going to give you my review for the Wonder Woman movie that recently came out. Before I do that, let's just quickly go over my opinion on the DCEU movies, which I recently watched online, for me to give you my own self a little bit of a clear perspective of going through this movie. My opinion hasn't changed at all. I really don't like any of them. I think Man of Steel sucks, BVS is a piece of shit, and Suicide Squad was just a terribly told movie. So, overall, for me, the DC movies, in my opinion, up to this point have been really bad, and they've just been like, oh no. It's like, should they reboot, or any of this other stuff that's going on? Who knows? Then this film comes around. And here's what I'm going to say about it as my first interpretation. Thank God for Patty Jenkins. Because this movie is legitimately wonderful. I loved Wonder Woman. I really do think it's one of the better... It's not only is it the best of any of them, it's probably the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. And it's really damn good, and it's probably the most surprising superhero movie, in my opinion, since Guardians of the Galaxy. It really... So much of this movie really blew me away. I loved the visuals, the gorgeous nature of it, the color scheming, the beauty of it. Like, all the stuff on the island in, like, the first 50 minutes, I adored. I wouldn't change a thing about that part. I really wouldn't. The Gal Gadot is excellent. It's really great as Wonder Woman. Granted, she's not given a whole bunch of range to do with. Okay, she kind of does, but it's not like a real, like, Shakespearean performance. But then again, it's like, what would you kind of expect? So regardless, she, in my opinion, she does give a very damn good performance, and I really did find the validity, the strength, the fearlessness, and yet the naivety and wide-eyed innocence that she brought to it. And I thought she was really great in it. In this movie, and I thought she was, where in BVS, where she kind of came off as a bit of, I don't know, stale. In this movie, you got to see a bit more fleshed out. And I just really damn digged it. I actually really thought it was really endearing, beautiful, touching, and cool. Also, Chris Pine as Steve Trevor, as the man who crashes on the mascara, he's really great. When he first started talking, I'm like, at first I'm like, I don't think Americans in this time of history, like in World War One type of era, would be talking like that. But he's just so funny, so cool, and he is great. And he has legitimately great chemistry with Gal Gadot. So I gotta put my emphasis on the way he talks in this movie aside, because it's a bit too modern, I will say, but it's still really good, and he has excellent chemistry with her. Robin Wright, as I believe it is, Arthur Puppy, or however the fuck you say that. I thought she was great. Got to see Danny Houston in this movie is great. Connie Nielsen, Lucy Dallas, all these great actors in this movie. Ewan Bremer you also got to see. It's funny because Ewan Bremer, he plays one of the soldiers in this. He plays one of the soldiers that he's a part of in this movie. Funny, because he was also in Trainspotting 2, which also came out this year, and I also loved him in that movie as well. And I do think this movie showed him... It was still channeling Spud from Trainspotting 1 and 2 in this movie. I thought he was great in it. Connie Nielsen and, as I said, Robin Wright were excellent. Danny Houston, who I actually really damn liked him in this movie. David Thewlis, who, for you Harry Potter fans would remember, he is Professor Lupin from the Harry Potter movies. So I'm like, yay, Professor Lupin. I'm like, maybe this is his alternative life. I don't know, that's just my thought. Because I'm like, as a big Harry Potter fan, I'm like, hey, that's Professor Lupin. That's so cool. I love seeing him in this movie. And there's twists and turns that go on in this movie. I won't spoil it too much. And the main story is, that it's this origin of Diana. And she meets Trevor, and she's like, okay, maybe Ares, the god of war, is influencing the German mines during the era of World War One, and she goes into fight. She kicks a lot of ass and great stuff like that. Again, my favorite part of this movie is the first hour. It's so freaking good. I wouldn't change a thing. The moment she gets into London, I'm like, this is still really good. A couple of even the comedy at times is actually still surprisingly good. I actually really liked it, although I do think that dress scene was kind of funny, even though I do think it kind of went on, in my opinion, for a little bit too long. But regardless, I still thought that was good. What else? The action was actually really done. There's moments of espionage in this movie. There's moments of, because Steve Trevor is an American spy in this film. He's working for the Americans, but he's working inside the German area to help the Americans. There's moments in this movie where it feels very espionage-like. There's also moments times in this movie where it feels very fun, fantastical, science fiction-like. There's moments in this film where it feels so grounded, so real, and yet so badass, like a real war movie would. And it captures that with those three tones of fantasy sci-fi, espionage at times, and even war, and it balances out like a beautiful peace sign of trio. It really is consistent tone throughout the film, and I really enjoyed that. And yet, whenever it did get dark, it felt appropriate. It wasn't like the other DC movies where it got dark just for the sake of being dark. It actually felt, there was a sense of levity and gravity and a real sense of actual sense of events. I feel like why it is so dark, and it feels justified. I feel in that perspective. Not to mention that not to be through this, I think it is. But Danny Houston as the General Ludendorff, I thought he was good. Although I will say, the whole Dr. Poison person, the lady with like the mask part, like right here, I thought she was a bit. Okay, the second half of this movie, I will say, is still like really, really good. It's still really damn great. And like, there's like a moment, like you get to see it in the trailer, like there's a moment where she climbs up on the ladder and she goes into the area of no man's land. They're like, no, you can't go in there. Like, no man ever survives it. She's like, she kind of, there's on her hair, and she just kind of goes in. I'm like, this really felt like a Wonder Woman moment. This sense of chivalry, bravery, and a sense of she won't take shit from no one. And she just do whatever she pleases. And I do think she really just kind of came to life in that moment. And at the moments where she didn't, for the first time ever, I felt like I could really believe in this hero in the DCEU movies. Like the moment where she just goes up there, and everyone's just like, oh my god, she's freaking doing it. Why don't we just do it as well? Because, the whole gunfire is focused on her. And it's just a beautiful, inspiring moment. And it shows the true colors and the true bravery and the true strength of Wonder Woman. Of this beautiful, kind character of her. And I think, again, Gal Gadot has really shocked me of how much I loved her in this movie. Especially earlier this year when I was like, her action might be distracting. The fact they're on a different planet and they all talk a little bit off, like you can't tell really. Her Middle Eastern Israeli accent fits so beautifully, and I'm like, she really did prove me wrong, and I'm happy to say that I've been proved wrong, and that Gal Gadot actually surprisingly is damn great. Is she the Wonder Woman that we need today? I say yes. Is she the perfect Wonder Woman? I'm like, could I think of other actors who could play it better? Sure. But for what we got, this is still really damn good. And I feel very happy to say that Gal Gadot finally feels like, in my view, feels like she's really the character. It really does feel like she's in the role. It feels like she actually has an understanding of the character. It also feels like Patty Jenkins has a lot of respect and a real sense of respect and care for the character in this movie. And for anyone out there who doubts the DC movie universe, well, okay, I could talk to that at some point. But as a whole, I thought this movie was really damn great. Now, I do have some problems. I do think the final conclusion with the villain, especially of Ares, who I'm not going to give away too much, I will say I like the look of him, but the overall execution and seeing how the film kind of throws a strange sense of a loop throughout the end of the big twist. It just, in my mind, didn't play out right. I didn't love it. The CG was a little bit too much. It wasn't, again, it was fun, nice to look at, but it was like, I was a bit painful. There's a little bit of not so great effects by the end. And I found the overall ending fight to be kind of lackluster. It's just the final act with the villain. And again, in my opinion, the main villain there is, in my opinion, they actually kind of screwed up again. As a whole, I just think that was kind of like the last 35 minutes of the movie. I mean, not like the very end, but the last 35 minutes of the movie, I kind of thought was just fairly good. It was like, alright, that was good. And at the very least, it kept me still intrigued from what was going on then. The dynamic between Ares and Diana Prince. At least my mind was still off the game of it, in my view. So yeah, Wonder Woman, in my opinion, was really good. But now this is not the film. So my overall thoughts and that's my opinion on Wonder Woman. Now I'm gonna give Wonder Woman, in my opinion, out of 90%. Now, I just did some research. Before this video, I did some research on the Wonder Woman. I'm like, okay, who wrote this, who directed it, and how they kind of return like that. And this is between this Wonder Woman and the rest of the DCEU movies, Justice League and going forward. They're not going to be, it's like, I don't know how much control Jenkins will have in the future, but the same writers and the same minds in this film are not going to be around in Justice League nor in the next few DCEU movies. Which makes me question, because everyone is saying that at this point is like, oh right, oh wonderful, maybe DC will definitely do good again. I actually kind of don't think so, because just because this film worked doesn't mean the other ones will. And you know why? Because this film has specific talents, and I feel like they were in this film to really work well within each other, really make this material work. Looking at the writers for the Justice League movie, honestly, I don't think it'll be that great. So for me, I sadly have to say, and even though I do really like this movie a ton, it's freaking great, I will thoroughly say, not only do I like this movie, I love this movie. It's the best DC movie since The Dark Knight, in my opinion. So yeah, it's arguably for me one of my top 5 favorite movies of the year. So it's yes. But just because this film worked doesn't mean the other DC movies aren't going to work. And unfortunately, in seeing the talents and people involved in it and the DC stuff, I still have a lot of doubt in that. So unfortunately for me, Wonder Woman is, unfortunately for me at least, is going to be my last DCU movie. At least for me, I'm ending it. Is that I heard something? At least for me, in my view, Wonder Woman for me is my last DCEU movie, in my opinion, and I'm gonna see. I'm done with the franchise. Unfortunately, at this point, I think all the stars are lying to me that the rest of the franchise is not really that great. At least for me, I'm no longer. At least I'm exiting on this franchise on a good note. I'm just saying Wonder Woman is legitimately great. It's one of the top 5 best-selling movies of the year, in my opinion, and it's damn excellent. But unfortunately for me, this is where I am walking away from the DCU movies. My foot is falling asleep. But yeah, so for me, unfortunately, this is the end of the DC movies, in my opinion. I don't want to see any more. I'm ending it for me here on a good note. Again, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, thank you. You really made me love Wonder Woman. Patty Jenkins, I thank you dearly for making me love a DC movie once again in recent years. However, all the stars aligned for me, and unfortunately for me, I gotta walk away from the franchise now. Because before this video, I was going to upload a video of me saying, well, I'm finished with the franchise, with the DC movies. And at least now I get to say I'm walking away on a happy note. On a note of me saying at least they were able to accomplish one great movie. I don't want to support this franchise anymore. I'm done. At least for me, I'm walking away on a good note. So for me, thank you very much. And I'll see you in the future for more videos as always. Till then, thank you. Thank you, Jenkins. Wonder Woman.